Hi, this is Miss Lisa. I am now going to go over the parent orientation packet and the family handbook. First of all, I'd like to explain a little bit about our curriculum. That's this paper here. Our curriculum is high scope, and in high scope, it helps develop positive and nurturing relationships with peers and adults. It helps the children to become problem solvers. They become critical thinkers. They have confidence to express their thoughts and feelings. Children will respect the rights of others. Use creativity and their imaginations. The high scope curriculum allows children and adults to share the control. The power to learn resides in the children. When children are allowed to learn actively, all Head Start goals may be met. And it explains a little bit about our curriculum. The next one is our parts of our daily routine. In the Head Start curriculum, we have planning time. That is a time of day where the children get to tell their teachers what they would like to do for the day during free play. And that gives the teachers the opportunity to ask questions, open-ended questions on where you're going to go during free play, what do you plan to do in that area, and who are you planning on doing it with. So this gives the children a chance to talk about what they would like to do, their choices for free play. Then we have work time, and work time is a time about an hour long each day where the kids can go. They can choose wherever they want to play. We have the block area, the housekeeping area, the art area, the toy area, the writing area, the computer area, and other places that they can go and look at books. We have books throughout the classroom, and it's their choice. They can do whatever they would like. Then after we're done playing every day, we have what's called cleanup time. And during cleanup time, the children are expected to return the materials that they got off the shelves, and they are to pick up anything that's on the floor to keep the floor clean and safe so that everybody is able to participate without getting hurt. Recall time is a time that brings closure to the day, and it is the children get a chance to talk and tell what they did during free time. The next paper I have is a resource for families paper. It has local agencies that will give assistance to our families. It talks about the Salvation Army, and it gives their name and address. New Life Ministries, the Upper Room Assembly and Worship Center, the Canal Louisville United Methodist Church, SNAP food assistance. Then it also has some rent, housing, utility bills assistance. Additional resources like the Coshocton County WIC, Hope Clinic of Coshocton, and it also has our family advocates' names and telephone numbers that you can contact them for resources. We have a group of parents, staff, and community leaders get together to form what is called our Policy Council. And the Policy Council is a guiding body of all Head Start programs. It makes recommendations and approves any changes in the program policies, decides on large purchases, and must approve hiring and firing of all staff. And they would like for parents to get involved with this also. Your presence is needed to review our program, assess our community, participate on an insight review team. It's a way for you to share your ideas, make suggestions, and develop working plans. And if you would like more information on the back of it, you can fill out, you can sign up if you want to be on the Policy Council, if you would like to hold an office, if you would like more information on it, if you have questions, or if you'd like help in a service area, just fill out the back part and send it back in with your child. We also have the school calendar, and the school calendar has all the dates that your children will be coming to Head Start. The red ones are the schools closed due to holidays. And it just explains what days will be in session. So we will send that to you so that you know what days your child will come. We have an in-kind paper, and it explains a little about our in-kind. And it says each hour you spend with us helps support your child's program. Head Start is not just for children, it's for families too. Parent participation cannot be required as a condition of enrolling a child in Head Start. It is just strongly encouraged. Besides the gains children make when families become involved in their education, Head Start programs depend on parent involvement for their funding. Time contributed by helping teachers in the classroom, assisting site supervisors, attending meetings, preparing materials at home, and contributing items to the program are considered an in-kind donation. The federal government requires Head Start programs to come up with 25% of the total budget with matching in-kind dollars. And it explains a little bit about the in-kind. The next paper that I have is Welcoming You to Our School Family. It explains a little bit about the conscious discipline that we use as guidance in our classrooms. It explains how safety, connection, and problem solving are some of the things that are involved with the conscious discipline. This paper is about our head lice policy. Every day when you bring your children to our site, we will take them, you will get them out of the car, walk them up to the teacher. The first thing we do is we take their temperature. Once we get their temperature, then we'll check for head lice, and then do another health check, which is like looking at them to make sure that they look like they are feeling okay. And for the head lice, if we find head lice in any of the children, we will have to send the children home. The parents, guardians will have to get the rid and do a treatment on the children, pick nits, and then they'll have to bring them back. We'll have to check them, and if they're nit-free, then they can stay. If not, you'll have to take them back home. So this explains a little bit more about the steps that needs to be done for the head lice. I have a couple papers that are about the poisoning and poison prevention. And it just gives you the poison emergency hotline number. And it just explains a little bit about how to be poison smart at home, storing products that your child may get into and get hurt. Medications explains how to store medications so your child does not get into any of them. It talks about some of the plants that children may get in their mouth and it may harm them. The next one that I have is about our safety policy. It explains, number one, that no child should ever be left unsupervised. All sites will have an emergency phone numbers available to summon assistance posted by the phones. We have fire exit, we have tornado exit, where to go if there's stranger danger, if someone comes into the building that should not be in the building. And we will be performing fire drills, tornado drills, and evacuation drills, which is kind of like a stranger danger drill. And we do those once a month. Incident reports will be written up. If you have a child here and your child gets hurt while they're here at the classroom, we will write up what is called a problem incident report, and we will fill out everything explaining what the child was doing at the time they got hurt, what we did, how we provided first aid, and then we'll send it home so you have a copy of it and you can sign it and send it back to us so that we can keep it here on file. It also talks about there's no smoking permitted on site, and it explains that. We also have parent meetings and we have parent engagement nights. We also have center committee meetings. As of now, with the COVID, that won't be face to face. We will be doing a lot of those, just like you're seeing me here on the video through Class Tag. We have had family nights where all the teachers do different activities and they get taped just like I'm being done now. And then we post it to our Class Tag so you can go in and you and your child can watch the teachers doing the activities. And then we also send home all the supplies needed for these activities. In a normal year, we would all go to probably the South Lawn site and have an evening, a couple hours an evening, and do the activities with the children. But since the COVID's going, we'll be doing that all online in the videos like we're doing here. We also have an open door policy, but with the COVID, we are not allowed to have anybody else in the building. We use what is called conscious discipline. That is what our guidance is. And the first thing we do when we get the kids for the beginning of the year is we start doing activities to try to build a school family. We are the helpful hedgehogs. So if your children come home and talk about being a hedgehog, that's what our class mascot is a hedgehog. We do everything in our power to teach the children how to be safe in the classroom. We want the children to feel safe. We want the children to be safe. So we do everything that we can to keep them safe. A child that feels safe in the classroom does not have the behaviors. They feel safe, so they want to listen. They want to learn, and everybody has a better day. We do greetings with the children when we first see them in the mornings. We do greetings that are like a high five, a fist bump, a thumb kiss, or a hug. We do I love you rituals, which the first one we will be teaching the children is called Round and Round the Garden. And we take the child's hand, we take our finger, and we go round and round the garden. Goes the teddy bear. One step, two step, tickle, tickle, tickle there. And then we tickle the children, and it helps us build a good relationship with our children. We also have Sophie as a character that is part of the conscious discipline. So we read storybooks to the children about Sophie and how she misses her mommy and what she can do so that she's not lonely and missing her mommy, and using a big voice when someone does something to you. Instead of hitting someone who takes a toy, we teach them how to use their big voice and ask for the toy back. And then we also do a goodbye ritual. We sing a song to the children as they're leaving for the day. Let's see. We don't have a bus, but this is the transportation orientation for Head Start. It just explains the proper way of boarding and exiting the bus, that the children will be in harnesses and seatbelts on the bus. There's some safety rules on the bus. Authorized person who can get your child off the bus. That is also used even though parents are bringing their kids to this site. Anytime someone comes to pick up the children in the afternoon, if it's not the normal person who always comes, we will ask them for their ID, their driver's license. They have to show us that so that we know that that is the person on the release to list that can take that child home. It also talks about bus evacuations and pick up and drop off times. So we would like for you to go over that. After you read that, there's a paper that we would like for you to sign and send back. It's called the Stockton County Head Start Transportation Orientation for Head Start Parents, and it goes over, it just check off after you read this one paper. You can check these off and sign it and send it back in. I also have the handbook. This is our Coshocton County Head Start Handbook, and it's for the 2022 year. It is everything that you need to know about Head Start is in this book. It explains what our mission and our philosophy is for Head Start. It also has a list of the executive director's name. It has the phone number and who the licensing administrator is for the Hilltop site, for the South Lawn site, and also for the career site, and that is where we are located at. It talks about the school calendar, and you do have a school calendar in the packet. It goes over some of the school drills that we're going to have throughout the year. It explains the fire drills, tornado drills, the evacuation drills. And then it also talks about emergency closings and how we will get a hold of our families if we ever have an emergency closing. It talks about weather closing, and we are pretty well aligned with the local schools here in Coshocton County. If 2 or more of the schools cancel due to the weather, we will probably close too. It will be announced on WTNS. It'll be announced on Channel 10 News, and then we will use the class tag program to also let our families know. If you have any changes to like telephone numbers, addresses, people who can pick your child up, the release to, just make sure you call the family advocate, and she can get that information updated. It talks about all the meals that are offered at Head Start. Since we're here 7 hours a day, we will have breakfast, lunch, and then an afternoon snack. It also talks about some disability services, mental health, referrals for special services. It goes more into the guidance policy, explains a little bit about our conscious discipline that we use in our sites. It talks about the confidentiality policy. It explains a little bit more about the in-kind. The curriculum is the high scope, and it talks a little bit about that. It explains that we will be contacting the families 4 times a year to discuss your child's progress in the classroom. So on a normal year, we'd have 2 home visit and 2 parent-teacher conferences, but I would say this year we'll probably just have 4 phone calls that we will make, and we will talk and we will discuss your child's progress in the classroom. It also talks about during the COVID-19 pandemic, please refer to your reopening playbook, and you will be getting information about that. I think they are going to put that on the Coshocton County Head Start Facebook page, so you can get in and see that. And it talks about the importance of attendance. Attendance is very important. Children should maintain at least an 80% rate of attendance. If your child's not going to be there on a school day, please call either us here at 740-295-9522 or the family advocate, which is Kendra, and her phone number, you can reach her at the South Lawn site, which is 740-622-8665. But if your child's going to be absent for any reason, please let us know. And then it also just talks a little bit about the center parent information, and explains that we are mandated reporters on child abuse, and it explains a little bit of that. So you'll get this little booklet, and you can go over it. If you have any questions, make sure that you call me or Miss Jolie, and we can try to find an answer for you if you have any questions. Then we also have a paper that will have you sign. It's called the handbook statement, just saying that you got your handbook, and you can sign that and send it back to school with your child. And the last thing I'd like to discuss, we will be sending home a piece of cardboard that's long enough that you can use to do this visual routines. And this just explains how important it is for visual routines. They show children what's going to happen next. And this is a visual routine with pictures that you can build your own visual routine at home that you can use with your child at home. It has play outside or inside, eat dinner, take a bath, brush your teeth, read a book, or go to sleep. And then you can cut these out, tape them or glue them to the board that we're sending home. And we're also sending home a clothespin that you can clip it, and then your child can move it. Like if they eat dinner, they can go outside and play for a little bit, and then they come in and they eat dinner, and then they take a bath, and then they brush their teeth, and then you might read a book before they go to bed, and then they go to sleep. And you can let the child move the clothespin as you do the activity, so then the child knows, oh, I've already taken my bath, so all I have to do now is brush my teeth, and then mommy's going to read me a story, and then I go to bed. So this will be sent home in your packet too. That's everything that I have for the parent orientation. If you have any questions or concerns, please call me and let me know, or you can talk to me when we pick your child up in the mornings or when you pick them up in the afternoons. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.